Beagle Watch expands their footprint through their acquisition of Nypd, it makes it that much easier to keep your homes and businesses safe this festive season.
Hi, I'm Danny Glover, and you're watching Joburg Today.
So Andre, let's start our conversation with giving our viewers a little bit of insight on Beagle Watch, where you are today, and also where you see yourselves in future.
Sure. So Beagle Watch was established roughly 22 years ago. There was a need for a quick, fast response organization that came with all other facets, having studied the industry and industry standards. Today we are part of a lot of governing bodies where we need to meet the respective requirements. And there was an established business that wanted to focus on those demands. We have a very dedicated footprint that we've been operating in and that we've been growing over a number of years. People that actually have reached out to us and invited us into their types of areas. And that's why we at Beagle Watch pride ourselves of being a bit of a premium brand under the security banner. Run by a lot of experts through the industry, knowing what the customer is required to have in times like today. So it is a premium brand. We are not the cheapest service provider, but security is not cheap. We know what depths we need to go to make sure that residents that we look after or communities that we look after are well catered for in all aspects.
As the leading, one of the leading, security companies within the city of Johannesburg, what is your biggest mission in ensuring that your clients are properly looked after?
I think our biggest mission is to watch crime trends. They've really changed in the last, coming out of COVID, even through COVID, we had different aspects. We realized that there are a lot of individuals that are struggling in today's day and age, and that's what's brought on perhaps different crime trends. And it's for us as a company, we need to follow those trends and constantly think out of the box. The fire as an example, 2 years ago, we partnered with fire ops because homes were being burned down. There was accidents in homes. There's infrastructure that's played a role in some of the fires that we attend to today. So again, for me, it's to have a long-term vision and a strategy and to constantly think in terms of what would the subscriber require next, maybe because of our crippling society or the Johannesburg infrastructure that's under strain. So we're almost playing a part in picking up what is required, where our customers reach out. A small example of that is parks and greenbelts that are kind of neglected, and we have an environmental team that we've had for many years that goes out and does all these ad hoc works. You can only doing it if you charge the right price. And again, for us, it's about customer service. What does the client or what does the customer require out of a security company like ours? And not for us to think about ourselves, but to think of what the customer's requirements are.
Let's get into the footprint that you've built within the years. Where have you built that footprint, and also how?
So originally the business was started in a couple of suburbs, namely Northcliffe, Fairlands and Bavaria. A lot of hard work was done in bringing in those areas. Again, I have to emphasize just on how difficult it is today to move into a new area. The market is dominated by highly competitive other organizations. So slowly but surely we were invited to other types of areas where there was a need for security. There was a need for a more smaller type focused security sector. And I think our brand reputation nowadays amongst our customers and out there in the marketplace is it's really a solid brand that's constantly investing in technology. We pride ourselves on the team that work for this business. Most businesses are only successful as a result of their successful team. And I think seeking somebody out of the sector and putting them into a position where they're going to make a difference is ultimately, and then there's a lot of core factors in terms of measuring your customer service levels and things like that. So again, we were invited to other areas, some we've acquired. There was an acquisition done back in 2017, which gave us a greater footprint. We, by all means, do not want to operate in a shotgun approach. We evaluate an area very carefully before we move in. We do lots of studies, density studies, and then we move into the next area. And we are delighted to announce our new area, which I'm a fay with. I go back 30 years of working in the area that we are going to look after. We were very, very successful. I got to know the customers fairly well. And again, this just brings on new area and new growth. You can't keep on swapping your customers out with different security companies without growing. Whilst people in South Africa today say that growth of a security company can become a bit concerning, you need to understand that we need to grow to survive and to be able to maintain the business. So growth for us is number one on our list right now.
Jan, let's talk about this acquisition. How did it come about? What was the thought process behind it?
So when I decided that it was time for me to move on, I looked at my competitors in my areas that I operate in. And we, being a small industry and being a tough competitive market out there, as I term it, it's tough in the trenches. You know who's your toughest opposition. You know what service they provide. You know what they're good at. And if they have any weaknesses, and you try and work around those weaknesses to add clients to your profile. So I did a due diligence on the 3 companies that is the strongest in our area, which is the most prominent. And after doing that due diligence, I felt that the perfect fit to take the responsibility over for the safety of my clients and provide a similar and even better service than what I was able to, landed with Beagle Watch. And I felt that for my clients' best interest, that Beagle Watch would be the best company out there for them. And I think it was a mature approach. It wasn't just me wanting to get out. I wanted to make sure that when I leave, that my clients have a good service provider, a reliable service provider, and a service provider that's going to be around a long time to look after their interest and their security.
Speaking on your clients, what are some of the key values that Beagle Watch has that you thought would be of best interest for your clients?
I am not the biggest security company in that specific area. I have expanded into other areas where I am the dominant player. However, in the Parks area and Westcliff area, I think the clients have come to know the personal attention that we give to them. The phone call away, the immediately there when there's a need, the proactive services that we provide, driving around, me being in the area, visiting. So I believe that Beagle Watch has got that same approach. You'll see them in the area. Andre is a phone call away. And I felt that was one of the key factors that made me lean towards Beagle Watch as opposed to other competitors. I'm not saying they're not doing it, but I had my comfort feel was a lot more with Beagle Watch than the others. And I think that my clients would appreciate that service that they have had from me, that personalized service, that will continue going forward.
Andre, now there are some additional offerings that you've added onto Beagle Watch. Can you further elaborate on that?
Sure. So we, again, are a brand whereby we look at the customer's needs. And about 2 years ago, we decided to partner with FireOps SA. purely because we had done our homework and we realized there was a hole in the market for fire protection. So with Jan's customers coming over, they were immediately put into another basket where they would also enjoy these types of services that we offer. So the fire is one. We are a Vumacam partner, and we are tracking very closely along the lines of the Safe City projects. As a security expert in the field, I do believe that's the way that we're going to try and overcome what's currently happening with crime. It's an expensive platform, and we need to now make it a benefit to my customers that we take over. So, and then behind the scenes, there is a whole host of other added benefits that I know that obviously some of the smaller players could not do, because every investment that you make into your business does cost money. But again, ultimately, as I've alluded to earlier, we have to clean the parks, we have to pick up papers, we have to get into green belts where there's challenges, we have to try and overcome crime. There's a lot of people that say, but Andre, your business must be doing very well now because crime's high. Let me tell you, I'm more under fire now to try and prevent that crime than seeing hundreds of customers join me on a monthly basis. That's certainly not there's an expectation, and I don't blame my subscriber. They are paying me, and I need to try and make sure that I'm putting out strategies that work, fight crime, and obviously keep families safe. That's so highly pressurized, not just about growth, but the service that we do. And we know that our South African police services is under strain. They can only do so much, and we're probably playing most of those roles today as a private security sector.
Jan, as we wrap this up, after so many years, of being within this industry, how would you like to reassure your clients that they are now in the right hands with Beagle Watch?
Firstly, I know Andre personally for the past, since 1999. How many years is that? 23 years. I also know the person who started Beagle Watch, Dave Casey. I know it's now owned by a great company as well. But the Beagle Watch brand from day one was about service, was about good service, fast service, reliable service, and about customer engagement and satisfaction. And that's why I'm very comfortable leaving my clients in Beagle Watch's name or in Beagle Watch's company. They'll definitely, they won't regret it. They will not regret it at all.
And lastly, for more information, if someone would like to maybe be a part of this operation and service and receive such service from you, how can they go about that?
There's a number of platforms. We've got a web page where subscribers or potential new subscribers can log on, or you call through to the office. And like Jan says, and I think like Jan has driven his business, I'm available 24 hours. I issue my number to any potential customer that would like to engage with me. I render a service. I run the business, but I render a service to communities. And if they need to reach out to me and speak to me in person, they get hold of me. Very simple.
Jan, Andre, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
What's your content fix? Is it tourism and entertainment, lifestyle, health and fitness? Perhaps it's current affairs, or just business? For the best local content, live and on demand, watch it anywhere, on any device. You'll find it all right here on Joburg Today. Essential, relevant, authentic.